Good afternoon, everyone. It is time to get started. I am DanBearPig82, and we are back with some Kerbal Space Program. And let's see, we got some people in chat. Elric the Troll King with first, the actual first. GG, Elric. And Satan saying hi, Dan. Hey there, Satan. Good to see you here. Yeah, let's take down the starting soon screen. And let's jump right in. So, last time we did this, we launched a new rescue ship, the P.O.R.K 4, the Personnel Orbital Rescue Kraft 4. So, and the shakedown cruise had some interesting events. Let's see, Satan says, today marks the day I am quitting my job. My boss has changed my days off, changed my date off 6 weeks in a row, scheduling me for 8 days in a row, and I just checked my next week and it's changed again, so I put my foot down. Yeah, bosses like to take advantage of people who are available. And especially if they're hard workers. I assume this means that you're worth putting on the schedule for that much. So, I mean, there's that. But good job on putting your foot down. I hope you got something lined up or something comes your way pretty quick to replace that. But yeah, good to hear. Hopefully that means you can, you know, get your priorities straight and be here more often. Because we all know that that's way more important than making enough money to feed yourself. Good luck with that, Satan. But yeah, we took the P.O.R.K 4 rescue ship on its shakedown cruise, and it was intended to go and fix a rover. And we did that. We were successful, but I derped and had an issue with the fuel. We used way more fuel than we were supposed to have and that I thought we were. And Keffrey Bezos, let's see, is Twiglet here? Twiglet's not here. Yes, that's my goal. Very nice. Good job. If Twiglet shows up today, I'm going to have some words with him because one of his Kerbal redeems, Keffrey Bezos, he caused us some issues with removing and reinstalling an engine and not wiring it up properly. I'm totally not taking responsibility for this derp myself. And we had an interesting landing. Hey! Hey there, Alpenglow-Up. There's your fanfare there. Let's see, Alpenglow-Up raiding the channel. Welcome. And so we've got Rustic Dragon with Will You Accept This Raid? I guess I'll accept it. Death Dealer, welcome. With Will You Accept This Raid? Blank Slated as well. And Rustic Dragon with Alpen Raid out. Woot! And Alpenglow-Up with Will You Accept This Raid? And hey, Fossabot's doing its job. I guess, yes. I suppose. I mean, if you guys are insisting on raiding me, I guess, you know, I'll put up with you here. You'll see, basically, you're going to watch me derp a lot. And so, well, okay, that'll be fun for you guys, I guess. So, yes, Alpenglow-Up is in witness protection because she got murdered. Rustic Dragon with First But Not Really and the Hydrate. Thank you, Rustic Dragon. Here we go. And with the Boozinate. There we go. Welcome, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do these redeems and then catch you guys up on what we're planning today. It's gonna be an interesting one. We're gonna have to fix some of my derps from last stream. All right, there's the.
You know what always cheers me up? Laughing at other people's misfortunes.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Well, I'm hoping it'll be super easy, Mr. Dragon, sir. Mr. Underscore, and laughing at other people's misfortunes is exactly right.
The crowd goes wild.
Yay. All right, so I'm going to pour the beer here, and this is an appropriate one, the Hop Rocket.
Pretty impressive, huh? I bet you're pretty impressed.
Hop Rocket Double IPA, because ethanol has been used as rocket fuel historically, so basically we're drinking very diluted hop-infused rocket fuel
That's
today.
it, man. Game over, man.
Game over. Rustic Dragon, with every alert there is, except for the one that Alpenglow-Up did. Oh, I actually have to drink it. Here we go. Here's your Boozinate, Mr. Dragon. I have points! There we go. Getting the stream started off right. And I guess I have to stretch, too. So, basically, Rustic Dragon has come and hijacked the stream, and so basically now it's a Redeem Rustic Dragon's point redeems stream. So here we go with the stretch. There we go. And last but not least, I had points. Oh, that's spectacular. Thank you, Mr. Dragon. All right, let's turn off the boost cam. So yeah, last time we launched a new ship, and due to various derps, it landed with very much less fuel than it needed to have, and also it crashed. But it's okay. We succeeded in our mission. But now we have, let's look at the tracking station here. We have a brand new ship. Let's see, let's turn these off and turn on our stations, and it's classified as a plane. So the Personnel Orbital Rescue Kraft, number 4, the P.O.R.K. It's here and out of fuel. We want it to be here, docked with Arcadia Station, but we don't have the points for that. But we at least got it in a reasonable parking orbit, so we need to go and send it some fuel. So that's the first thing on our agenda. And then we can actually use it for its intended purpose, which is rescuing Kerbals. We have several that were redeemed by viewers that are in need of rescue that we would desperately like to add to our crew. Additionally, if we look at our alarms here, we've got an adjustment to our mission to Eve in 34 days, and just a couple hours after it, we finally are going to go say hello to Valentina Kerman, who finally gets to do her maneuver that will bring her home. She was a rescue mission for Jebediah, who he's still going to have to wait because we didn't get there. That was months ago. Real life months ago. In-game years ago. So, yeah, first things first. Let's look at this thing real quick. Because it's a pretty cool ship. The design wasn't the problem. The flying was. So, yeah. Let's adjust our attitude so that we can actually take a look at this thing in the light. There we go. Yeah, we've got these landing engines down here, and we've got our main flight engines on the back. We also have 119 meters per second of delta V left. Not even close to enough to get back to the station and dock. So we're going to bring up some fuel, probably put it on this front docking port, and that will allow us to actually bring it home. Let's see, how much fuel can this thing hold total? It can hold almost 4,000 units of fuel and 4,800 of oxidizers. So maybe we send just pretty much exactly that much up. We'll see. But yeah, this shouldn't be too bad, but it also shouldn't have been necessary in the first place. But yeah, Philip Brewer is our pilot, and Keffrey Bezos is the engineer that caused us so much trouble. What a butt. So let's go back to the Space Center. And first let's see what missions are being offered to us. And then let's design our refuel mission. Basically, there's not going to be a lot of design. I think I'm just going to basically send the big fuel tank up. Yeah, this one here we decided we're not going to do. They have a lot of demands, and it pays decently, but geez, this is a lot to do for that money. So we're probably going to make them go with another space agency for their tourist missions, and we had thought about not doing this one because it's totally silly. It's Explore Minmus. Explorer should be in quotes because really it's dock 2 vessels on or around Minmus, which we've done that. It's pretty easy. You can dock anywhere. If you can dock once, you can dock anywhere. But this actually pays reasonably well. So you add all this up and it's about 120,000 spaceos. So maybe we'll take it and we'll see what we can do. I think we have something on Minmus that we want to pick up anyway. Let's see. Yeah, rescue Derald and Derald's scrap from the surface of Minmus. So this might be something that we can combine with this docking. So if we go there and I think if we use the claw, I think that counts as docking. So let's go ahead and accept it. Bloop. And we'll see what we can do with that. All right, so to the vehicle assembly building. And we are going to want to let some time pass, actually. So let's leave already. And before we pick up that ship, let's we did a recent launch, and I think we've already let some decent time go. But let's let 4 days pass, and then that gets us closer to our Eve intercept burn and our Valentina maneuver. and it gives our Kerbal some time to refurbish the pad, which we don't need to do, but for roleplay reasons, we're letting some time pass. There we go. Back into the VAB, and let's pick up our refuel mission. All right, and let's see. It is Big Fuel Tank 2.0. And yeah, this thing has 4,000 meters per second of delta V, and that is without dipping into this thing here, which has... This is enough to fill our fuel tanks about 2/3, nearly 3/4. So yeah, this will be fine, and it will give us plenty of delta V to get back. So let's go ahead and send this thing up, and let's double check the staging. I think maybe we had an issue with this one before. So our main stage, our first stage, we have our big Mastodon engine and our 2 solid fuel boosters and our launch clamps. And then we separate the solid boosters. The Mastodon engine continues to burn. And then we... Okay, this here needs to be adjusted. Let's put this in its own stage. So this ejects the booster stage. And then our next stage is our upper stage engine. Actually, that's a Separatron. Yeah, this staging is all messed up, so I'm glad we are looking into it. I remember there was an issue last time we did this. Okay, yeah, the Skipper liquid fuel engine. That's what we've got right there. And then this is locked. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to be using any of this fuel unless we really need to. And I don't know if we'll need to or not. And if we look in here, we've got a docking port. And underneath that we should have... Can't really see it, but we should have a probe core. But, I mean, if we didn't have a probe core, then we wouldn't even be able to launch it. So we will be just fine doing this. Okay, and yeah, Separatron and a decoupler. Okay, so yeah, that detaches this nose cone. Okay, perfect. I think we're good. We're going to save that, save those changes so I don't have to make them again next time. And let's go ahead and roll this out to the launch pad and put it up into orbit. Oh, I missed this. Okay, so Alpenglowup redeemed Rescue My Kerbin. Kerbal, she wants Alpenkerman. Okay, so we're going to do that. It probably will be in the next stream. We'll see what I've got available. I think I have ones that I can rename already. Every time there is a Kerbal that can be rescued, I accept the contract so that we can rename it, and I edit the save file. So we have Dan Bear Derp, that's an Elric the Troll King redeem. Jordan, that is a Shipwreck redeem. That is Pro Kitman, a friend of the channel, a fellow First Craft member. That is his fiance. Oscar is Elric the Troll King's cat. I think Elric has the most. Raider, welcome, redeeming first, but not really. Welcome to the stream. And let's see, what else have we got? Hannibal, that is the latest one redeemed by Satan. Yeah, we've been accumulating these because we've needed to replace our rescue ship. Daryld and Daryld Scrap from the Surface of Minmus. Maybe we renamed Daryld to Alpen. And we have Kaylee, that's a friend of mine who is an artist, made the painting of Arya the cat. Raider with not first. Oh, you're first. You're first, but not really. And we have Gemger that needs to be renamed as well. In orbit of the moon. So yeah, we have a couple of options for you. So we might be able to do that today. We will see. Let's close these. Yeah, we will have an Alpenkerman added to our crew in the very near future. All right, let's switch to this camera view. Our staging looks good. Let's open up MechJeb's flight recorder. We want to track altitude, acceleration, and dynamic pressure. Stability assist is on, throttle is up, and we are go for launch. All right, we will launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Oh, and I'm gonna need to rename this. My wife came up with a really great acronym for this. The vehicle is pitching downrange. going to switch to following the prograde marker on the nav ball. Everything is looking normal. Hear one of my cats really wanting to get into my office. Vehicle is supersonic, and we see our acceleration dipping as we push through the sound barrier here. And we have maximum aerodynamic pressure. Pretty good. All right, coming up on solid booster burnout, and separation. We got a clean separation. There they go. That is satisfying. Yeah, don't want those hitting the ship on their way down. We can see our acceleration dropping and then coming back up as we lose that excess weight. Yeah, this is a heavy payload, and we're going to go back to stability assist mode and hold a 30-degree pitch. Coming up on booster stage burnout, main engine cutoff. We have MECO, stage separation, and second engine start. Yeah, there's our dip in acceleration as the engine stops and the next engine starts. All right, our apoapsis is now outside of the atmosphere. That's good. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. I don't know if I've actually done this on camera or if this is something that I designed between streams and haven't used yet. I think I've done this one time with this nose cone device here. So pretty soon we're down below 1 atmosphere of dynamic pressure, and now we are in space. So let's go back to prograde. And once we hit an apoapsis of about 150 kilometers, we're going to cut the engine and then wait for apoapsis and circularize the orbit. Then we're going to test this. So this should separate and be pushed out of the way by the Sepratron tiny solid rocket motor. So Alpin, I should have asked you before, how was your stream? I think you were on Autocraft for your last stream of this season. Was that the case? I saw your tweet about it. All right, let's see if this works. Nose cone jettison, successful. There it goes. Out of the way. Okay, and we only have a little bit of periapsis raising to do, and in 4 minutes we will be at apoapsis, so let's go ahead and warp to there. Warp 2.5 minutes. Alright, we're 1 minute away from it, and it's going to go back to holding prograde. We'll speed up the game just a little bit. And about 20 seconds from apoapsis, we're going to start the second stage engine again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right, our periapsis is now above the surface of the planet, so, you know, that's a good thing. And at 70 kilometers, it is now over the atmosphere, so we have orbit. And it's a circular orbit. So now we need to select our target. So the Personnel Orbital Rescue Kraft 4. And we have a relative inclination of 8.6 degrees, so that's pretty steep. We're going to want to correct for that, and we're also going to want to make an intercept burn. So it looks like if we come back around to our ascending node and burn from here, we might be pretty close. So let's try that, and in that case, we might not actually need much of an inclination change burn. So add maneuver. And let's see just how close we can get from here. If I pull on the prograde handle or push on the retrograde handle, I go prograde. And here is target position. Okay, so it's going to go farther than that. So we're going to want to do this later. About there. And separation here is 300 kilometers. We can do way better than that. $100 kilometers. There we go. 90, 80, 70, 50. And yeah, actually we are going to get there right at the descending node after all. 16 kilometers. Okay, it looks like doing this, we will get there within a little under 9 kilometers, and then we can do a correction burn right about up here, and we will get nice and close to this ship. And yeah, that's going to be more delta V than we have in this stage, so we are going to need to unlock this fuel tank. Let's go ahead and do that now. There we go. And now we've got all the delta V. And so this maneuver is coming up in 20 minutes, and it is a 52-second burn at full thrust. So let's see, 20 minutes. Let's warp to right here. That'll give us a couple of minutes of lead time to make sure that we are pointing in the right direction. There we go. Yeah, we're 2 minutes and 45 seconds away from the burn. And let's go back to stability assist mode and point right towards the maneuver marker. It's pretty much just going to be a prograde burn at this point. So I can actually just click on prograde and get very close. And yeah, this thing moves around pretty slowly because it's heavy. Twiglet, welcome, and thank you for the lurk. And Twiglet is one of our newest members of First Craft, so he's got a shout out from Fossilbot as well. He's laughing at it, very cool. Yeah, he is a musician, and I made a joke about Marmite in his stream, and I keep making that joke, so... You bought a big tub of Marmite today. Very cool. Is that what you're going to have for lunch? Or for dinner? Very cool. Thank you for the lurk, Twiglet. Oh, Twiglet, if you're still here, I need to have some words with you because Keffrey Bezos, I don't know if I told you this yet or not, but he caused us some problems last time. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh, nice. Yeah. He caused us to crash a spaceship last time, so he's on notice. Keffrey is a madman. Yeah, Keelan wouldn't have done that. Alright, so since this is a 52-second burn, at about 26 seconds before the node, we're going to start the engines. It actually started at 30 seconds before the node because we're going to reduce thrust near the end so that we have a little bit more precision. Man, my cat desperately wants to get in here, but there's nowhere for him to perch right now, so... All right, we're just about there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. The more fuel we burn, the lighter the ship is, and so the easier it is to push, so our thrust-to-weight ratio consistently goes up. And also, the farther out our apoapsis, or the opposite end of our orbit, so if we're at apoapsis, it would be the periapsis, the more leverage we have to push it. So this will go faster and faster towards that apoapsis. And then we're going to have to slow down. Okay, let's reduce thrust to about 1/3. These engines can throttle down way more than real-life engines can. And restart way more often as well. Right. Very low thrust for the end of this maneuver. And there we go. Alright, so we have an approach of 31 kilometers. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to do a correction burn. We'll probably do it. That's in 2 hours and 51 minutes, so let's warp to here. So that'll give us about half an hour of time to look at where we're at and do a correction. Yeah, the whole reason we have to do this rescue, well, part of the reason, is Keffrey Bezos. Let's see, if I put a maneuver here, and that's a descending node, so we'll probably want to burn normal. Let's see if that... Nope, that is not improving it at all. So let's zero that out. There we go. And let's do, instead, radial in. And that is doing the trick. Just a very small burn, radial in. In fact, let's kill that maneuver node, and let's just do that radial in maneuver now. Let's speed the game up a little bit so that we don't have to wait for this to very slowly rotate around. And so radial in is that way compared to our orbit. Radial out is this way. And the marker is indicating that. Very easy to read marker there. Alright, so if I gently burn, we'll watch our separation at approach drop. And now it's stopped dropping, so that is as far as we're going to go this way. And our relative speed at approach will be 500 meters per second, so we're going to have plenty of velocity to bleed off, and that's in 40 minutes. Let's warp closer. Oh, we're in this mode, so let's cancel that, and there we go. Alright, and if we... Yeah, we're going to need to get there. Let's see, relative to target. And yeah, we're going to have plenty of speed to bleed off. But we should be getting plenty of fuel for getting our ship home, and then we can refuel it again, so... Yeah, it started with me making one tiny change before the actual mission to the design of the ship. The launcher, rather. Instead of a decoupler, I decided it should just be docked to the launcher. And docking ports allow cross-feed of fuel. Decouplers do not. So, and I forgot to turn off cross-feed for that docking port. So we were just burning all the fuel instead of just the launcher fuel, with a much less efficient but higher thrust engine. So that was great. Alright, at the descending node, That's in 14 minutes. Yeah, what if we add a maneuver here and we do this, we burn normal. Will that help? That will help here. Okay. What if we do it now? We can do it more efficiently if we do it now. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to burn normal, which is this way to our orbit, and anti-normal is that way, basically north or south. Oh, and we need to be in orbit. There we go. Orbital reference mode. Otherwise, we won't see the normal or anti-normal marker here. There it is. And yeah, it's right there on north, because we are in a perfectly equatorial orbit, or nearly so. We are inclined by 1.8 degrees. So if I do this and gently burn, there we go. Now we will arrive at 1.7 kilometers away from the target. That is nice and close. Let's go back to target mode and point retrograde. And we will be there in just over 13 minutes. So let's time warp until we are closer. And we've got half a kilometer of Delta V to burn off. Alright, we're just under 5 minutes away, so let's get out of this mode. Let's point our camera towards the target, which we can't really see very well because the sun is in the way. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and burn. Bleed off some of this velocity because we don't want to be going 500 meters per second when we reach it. Relative to the target, that is. There's 300. 200. That's pretty good. Now it's going to take 10 more minutes to get there, but we're going to be... We only widened the gap by a few hundred meters, so this is still a really good approach. Let's time warp. Alright, we're 2 minutes away. And there it is right there, 25 kilometers away. Slow down a little bit more. Alright, 100 meters per second relative velocity, that's pretty good. Let's get closer and then do our final approach. This is pretty routine. Pretty straightforward, but shouldn't have been necessary in the first place. Hashtag blame Keffrey Bezos. Alright, and if I move this way, I will point the retrograde marker away from where I am pointing, so I can push it towards the target, and that should... Yep, it should reduce our separation at approach. 1.5 kilometers, 1 kilometer, 500 meters. And there's a brief lag spike as it loads the ship into the physics engine. Alright, and let's slow down. Tighten our approach even more. 300 meters. About 150. Alright, now we need to point retrograde and slow the rest of the way down. Got a pretty powerful engine on the back of this thing, so this won't be a problem, and we will come within about 100 meters of our target, which is great. Alright, 9.4 meters per second relative velocity. Let's get there. come to a relative, stop. There we go. And let's do the docking from here. So we want to choose... Let's control from here and activate that camera. And let's point towards our target. There's Kerbal right there. Nice view from here. 7.6 megameters from the surface. Use megameters more often. It's such a cool word. Ah, there we go. Come on. All we've got is a small reaction wheel on this thing. So we're gonna have to let's speed up the game just a little bit so we don't have to wait painfully as this very slowly adjusts attitude. There we go. And so we're going to point this docking port right at our target and then switch. And then we're going to do the docking from this ship here. All right, so we're going to control from here and activate that camera and point toward our target. And we have more powerful reaction wheels in this ship, and if needed, we also have maneuvering thrusters. So this is not an accelerated game. This is real time here. And there's our fuel tank right there. Yep, we have just a tiny bit of liquid fuel and oxidizer, but we have plenty of monopropellant for our maneuvering thrusters. So we're good to go. Let's activate those now and use those to get right up this thing. Speed up the game. We're only going 1 meter per second, so that's a reasonable and safe speed, but we definitely want to speed up the game so we don't have to wait several minutes for this. I'm eager, I don't know if you can tell, to get this part done so that we can really use this ship. And we're docking pros at this point. All too easy. All right, there we go. Look at that. Ready to refuel. Let's get a screenshot of that. Oh, there's Kerbal right there. Boop. Neat. Okay, so now let's unlock. Okay, we already unlocked that, but we want to use our fuel balancer mod, and so these two tanks right here. Both of them need to be in transfer out mode for liquid fuel and oxidizer, and we can see the camera moving as the center of gravity shifts that way. All right, just about there. Very good. And now let's lock these tanks. Perfect. And we're going to leave that there, and we want to bring it back and deorbit it. Or maybe we leave it out here to be deorbited in the future. Let's see. Why is that engine active there? Okay, that's... yeah. We need to be careful about this. This engine needs to be shut down. There we go. So the only engines active are these four here, including that one that Keffrey Bezos removed and then reinstalled and wired to the same stage as the landing engines, which screwed up our landing. And this gives us 1800 meters per second of delta V, even with this thing attached. So yeah, let's go ahead and leave it there. And let's see, what does this look like to our pilots? Yeah. There we go. Not bad. Okay, our target now is Arcadia Station. Oh yeah, this needed to be renamed. So, apologies to my wife, I forgot to rename this. Her brilliant idea was that this mission had to be yet another mission acronymed DERP. So the mission that you have just witnessed is called the Desperate Emergency Refuel Plan. DERP. So we just watched that happen live. The Desperate Emergency Refuel Plan was a complete success. So now we need a plan to get back home. We are at a 9-degree inclination. And we're at the ascending node right now. That's perfect. So let's point anti-normal. We don't need our maneuvering thrusters for this. Thrustles. We're almost pointing that way already. And let's first fix our inclination. And relative to the station, we're actually at a 9.7 degree inclination. So let's fix that now. 7 degrees. 5. 2. And just a gentle burn at the end here. Alright, that is as much as we can change our relative inclination from this spot. And now it is only 0.09 degrees, so that's really close. And now we need to plan a maneuver to come back down and intercept Arcadia Station. So let's just put a maneuver node right here, and then choose the most reasonable place for it. Let's focus Kerbal. And that unset our target. There we go. That's better. There's intersect 1, and there's intersect 2. And let's choose the best place to do this maneuver. Right there, I think. Separation 22.4 kilometers. That's really good. Can we make that better? Not much better. Okay, so we're going to do this maneuver. It's only 380 meters per second, which is twice what we had left before. But we've got plenty left now. And that's coming up in 2.5 hours. It's a 35-second burn at full thrust. So let's switch back to focusing on our ship. And let's warp to, let's see, that's in 2 hours, 26 minutes. Let's warp here. And we're 20 minutes away, so we need to point retrograde. Perfect. And then time warp to the maneuver node. So cutting the burn time in half, we get about 17.5 seconds, so about 20 seconds before the burn is when I'm going to start. Before the node is when I'm going to start the burn. And there we go. Burning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. There's our periapsis coming down towards the station. Halfway through the burn. Alright, and for the last little bit, we're throttling down to about 25%. Pushing this refuel right in front of us. Hilarious. All right, 50 meters per second to go. $30, $20, and $10. There we go. And our separation and approach is 24 kilometers. That's pretty good from out here. And we're definitely going to be doing a correction burn. Probably right about here at the descending node. Yeah, we're going to reach the station in 4 hours. And this is in 3 hours and 52 minutes. So let's warp to there. There's Kerbal, there it is. Excellent. If we point normal to our target, yeah, let's not worry about that yet. Let's get closer. Our relative speed at approach is going to be 750 meters per second. So we're going to use half of our remaining fuel for this intersect. Yeah, we really got ourselves in a bind last time. I say we, it was me. It was just me. Start pointing retrograde relative to the target. And there's the station down there. We're coming down over the top of it. All right, time warp. And we don't need that pinned. We want that pinned. There we go. Perfect. Getting just the one thing when all the icons are on top of each other can be rough. All right, and relative target here. So let's we're going to want to shed some of this velocity. And it looks like that is also tightening the approach, which is excellent. Except now it has removed that approach. That's no good. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna stay in target mode. We will definitely get that that intersect back by doing it this way. Yeah, in fact, I don't know why it's not rendering that, because we're closer. We're going to get closer than we were before this way. "17 kilometers at closest approach." Yeah, this is tricky. I hope this thing is not lying to us. Let's just make sure. Okay, yep, our control point is good. And that is increasing our separation. This is not ideal, and I don't like it. Let's point retrograde relative to orbit. Let's turn on our maneuvering thrusters so that we can turn faster. And let's slow down. There we go. Yeah, we're blasting right past the station. That was just such a fast approach. We're gonna need to come back around, unfortunately. Well, this is coming back down. Okay, yeah, I think this will actually be fine. Yeah, because the station's in a lower orbit, so it's going faster. So we will actually be okay this way. $12, $11. Yeah, this looks good, actually. Should have trusted myself before. Okay, so in 8 minutes, we will be at our closest approach. Let's go back to target mode. And this is going to point us retrograde to our target. Alright, let's look at our target as well. And time warp. Okay, let's do a correction. In fact, let's get rid of this too. Goodbye. There we go. Don't want to hit the thing. Okay, and that gives us a lot more delta V. Control from here, and let's activate the camera and point at our target. And we're going to use brute force for the last little bit here. There's the surface of Kerbal right there, and there is our target. Alright, let's point retrograde now. And let's activate the rear-facing camera. And now our close approach will be 5 kilometers. Man, it really does not like what I'm trying to do here. Every aspect of this mission is fighting me the whole way. Let's get out of that mode. Why are you fighting me like this? Come on, ship. Yeah, it's giving me a higher separation on approach. Is that because... Okay, it's over here. There's our original station that we accidentally landed instead of deorbiting explosively. So, still one of the funniest things that has happened on this playthrough. Accidentally had an escape pod with parachutes active on the thing. And the escape pod saved the whole station from being decommissioned. Alright, this is closening up the approach. But not by a lot. I need to level up my pilot so that I can have him point automatically directly towards a target or a maneuver. That will be a big help when we can finally do that. Alright, point retrograde again. Elric redeeming the Boozinate and the Hydrate. Thank you, Elric. I was thinking about doing that because oh, look at that rendering glitch. That's weird. Because I'm getting thirsty. All right, let's slow down a little bit and do the redeems there. Booze cam on. Do them in order. We got the Boozinate. Drinking and flying, and we've got the hydrate. Thank you very much, Elric. Now I can keep talking. I know that's what you guys wanted. All right. Back towards the target, right over the weird rendering glitch around, looks like around a specific latitude or longitude. Nice LEM, says Elric. Yeah, that's part of the Saturn V Lego set, which my wife got me for, I forget if it was Christmas or a birthday, but a while back. But it is today's Booze cam prop. Alright, we got a 2 kilometer approach, 1.5, 1 kilometer, 200 meters. There we go. That, finally we have a good approach. That only took forever. Are you guys suffering through this with me? Very much appreciated. Why do you put up with me? Oh, man. I swear this is a good ship, even though it lost one of its aerodynamic nose cones that it doesn't technically need. Look at the target, and there it is. And there's the lag spike as it's loaded into the physics engine. That means we have basically arrived. Alright, now our approach is 100 meters, 65 meters. Don't really want to make a closer approach than that. There's our beautiful station, back, fully assembled, fully operational, after suffering a Kraken attack a couple months ago, or a month or so ago. All right, this is a nice approach. We're gonna come alongside it and slow to a stop, and then we're gonna dock with this docking port right here. Set as target. Awesome. Now let's open this docking port. There it is, and control from here, and activate the docking camera. Let's see, how are we arranged here? Okay, perfect. Dead center. We're 50 meters away. And just gotta line it up. Just like the old days with the Rescue 3 craft. Now retconned to P.O.R.K 3. Alright, this should line us up. There we go. Nice and gentle. Slow down just a bit. 0.2 meters per second is a pretty decent docking speed in Kerbal. There we go. Look at that. Docked to the station for the first time. It's pretty big compared to this station. And we've got contact there too, it looks like. That's interesting, but we're fine. Okay, we're home. We are finally home. And that only took an hour of this stream too, so yeah. And this has some fuel, so let's go ahead and do some refueling. And that is, which one is that? Perfect. And out. And out. Okay, and that empties this thing, so we can stop transferring out. And how are we here on fuel? Fairly low, but that is okay. We're going to want to deorbit this guy. Let's do that with our space forklift. Let's go ahead and undock. And undock. Control the space forklift. See, so control from here and activate the camera. And let's choose the docking port on the other side as our target, so that we don't have to worry about clearance between the station and the tank. Set as target. Need one of those things, says Elric. You mean the space forklift? They are incredibly handy. Why am I not? I was in time warp mode for some reason. There we go. But not very high time warp. So we're fine. Yes. So key for one of these, I'll go over my design philosophy on it as soon as we're docked to this. But yeah, these are absolutely indispensable once you've used one in working around a station. Basically, we're tractor drivers now. And I call it Space Forklift specifically as a reference to Mystery Science Theater 3000. Space Mutant... No, it's not Space Mutant. It's Fugitive Alien is the movie they're watching. And there's a scene where the villain tries to crush the hero with a forklift on a spaceship. And the music has this tune, bum 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 bum, and they keep singing along to it. He tried to kill me with a forklift. It's pretty funny. So yeah, when not docked to a payload, the center of gravity is pretty close to the dead center of the ship. So I've got the engines on the back. I've got the probe core actually on the back too, but I usually control from the docking port so that I make sure that I'm pointed forwards. And so when not docked to anything, the RCS ports are very far out, so they have a lot of torque. And so this thing maneuvers like an absolute dream, and they are dead center on the center of gravity while this thing is fully fueled. So yeah, I've got solar panels, I've got batteries, and enough fuel for about 1 kilometer per second of delta V when it's just this thing alone. And so this thing, and that's not counting what I can get out of the RCS. This has a pretty decent amount of monopropellant. So yeah, this thing is very maneuverable. It's got 8 of these Twitch liquid fuel engines. They're not the most efficient engines, but they are incredibly lightweight, and that makes up for not being the most efficient. So we get a decent amount of thrust, 128 kilonewtons of thrust. So this thing is not going to win any speed records, but it is pretty good at moving things around the station. And now it's going to deorbit this guy. So let's control from here and point retrograde to orbit. And since this is an empty fuel tank, it can move it around very easily. When it's full, it takes a lot more. All right, and we want our periapsis to drop below the atmosphere. So let's go ahead and turn off RCS and throttle up. And that is, let's do a little bit more. 50 kilometers is good. Now let's undock before we get too far away from the station. Control from here. Come on. Oh. It's actually, there we go. Control from here. Choose Arcadia Station as our target. Back off from this so that we can turn around without bumping our arms on it. But we want to... Why does it say 0.0 for this? I don't believe it. Alright, let's activate the camera. This is from a mod, so you're not going to have this unless you install the Hullcam VDS mod. Where is the target? Here. Yeah, this is not behaving as I would like it to. Let's reselect the target. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, we want to slow down. And that brings our periapsis back out of the atmosphere. Perfect. And let's go back to the station before we get too far away. Yeah, we're going to brute force this. It's the Dan Bear Pig way. All right, we've got an approach of 200 meters. That's excellent. It's just time warp. And there's the lag spike as it loads the station. Yeah, you can see how well this thing maneuvers. I've also got a pretty decent reaction wheel on this thing too. All right, coming to a full stop because we're 240 meters away from the station. All right, now we're going to use our RCS thrusters to do our final approach. You've been admiring it for a while? Oh, very cool. That's good to hear. All right, set as target. Yeah, I've made these before, but this is the best one I've made. I really like it. Sadly, Forklift 1 had to be removed because due to bugs in the game, it stopped letting me undock it. So, Shipwreck, welcome. Shipwreck, actually, you were right in time. There's Fossabot doing its job. Versions 1 through 26 were complete and utter failures, and version 27 is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, go follow Shipwreck. He is a lot of fun. Our favorite troll and murderer on First Craft. So he's redeemed Boozenate, so I'm gonna do the Boozenate here. Tried to make one and failed. Yeah. I've tried several times and failed several times, so no worries about that. All right, boost cam is on. Thank you for that, Shipwreck. And yeah, Shipwreck, you are just in time. We're going to have some booms here, deliberate booms. Oop, and I just bumped the microphone. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's bring this thing in for docking. But yeah, we speaking of Forklift 1, I saved the deorbiting of it for Shipwreck. So we're gonna full speed ahead that thing right into the atmosphere of Kerbal. Full throttle, says Shipwreck. We will. Not here, but we will. All right, there we go. We are docked. Forklift 2 is home, and so is P.O.R.K 4. All right, so let's do this. Okay, we need to probes. Let's actually go to the tracking station. It's easier to get out of the list. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's do this one first. No, not that one. Okay, this is the one that we need to rename to Desperate Emergency Refuel Plan, the derp. But Space Forklift 1, Orbiting Kerbal. This is the one that, for whatever reason, the game decided no matter what I do, trying to troubleshoot the save file, etc., it's just not going to undock. So it can't undock from this node, so we had to get rid of this module from the space station and put it here. But we have 531 meters per second of delta V. Let's make sure we are controlling from here. And pointing retrograde. And yeah, this is a very lightweight module, so it was able to just whip that right around. And let's do this in the daytime. So let's time warp a little bit until we get past the Terminator. Right about here. And here we go. Just for you, Shipwreck, here we go. Full throttle. Oh yeah, and the hinges aren't locked, so it's it's pushing those backwards. And yeah, we're gonna crash and burn. All right, let's stop those there, and let's point prograde. And we're gonna get into the atmosphere, and then we're gonna full throttle forwards. And yes, exactly, Shipwreck. Pointed that way, we go slower. So once we get into the atmosphere, we're gonna go faster. All right, let's time warp until we're in the atmosphere. And this gives us the maximum chance to actually explode this thing. All right, so let's point just a little bit towards the surface. And here we go, full throttle. And there goes our speed going upwards. 2.1 kilometers per second. And we were out of fuel, so now it's using the RCS thrusters to do it. So we're still accelerating. And here we go, burning up. Target self. We want auto flyby. This is for you, Shipwreck. Oh. Let's turn off the throttle because now there's enough aerodynamic drag that this is the heaviest part of the ship, and now we're going butt first. And it looks like we're gonna crash on the surface rather than burn up in the atmosphere. We've got so much drag that we just really slowed down. All right, let's speed this thing up a little bit. Let's turn off RCS, there we go. All right, we're 8 kilometers above the surface. 6. 4 kilometers, going 100 meters per second. 2 kilometers, and let's turn off auto flyby. Let's set position to right down here. Oh, camera didn't like that, so let's not do it that way. But here we go at over 80 meters per second. Smash. Oh, no way. It litho brakes. So litho brake, if aero brake is using the atmosphere and aerodynamics to brake, litho brake is using rocks to brake. And more boom. I tried, Shipwreck. I tried for more boom. We broke all our solar panels in the atmosphere. We broke a couple of engines, but, well, we get some money back. So, you know, that's nice. We're going to deorbit something else now, too, though. So... but that was full throttle. That was as fast as we could make it go. Actually, we can't deorbit that yet because it doesn't have any fuel in it. Okay, yeah, we got almost 10,000 Spaceos back. That's pretty nice. Build a new surface outpost on Eve? No, thank you. We're not gonna do that yet. Nope, 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 nope. But yeah, our Eve intercept burn is now 28 days away. Let's send another fuel tank up to the station. We need to move time forward, though. At least 8 more days. Let's go until we have 15 days until our Eve intercept burn. And in a couple days here, we're going to see if there's any better contract available for us. And we're going to send not just a fuel tank, but a little bit of equipment to the station. Equipment that we need for some missions. Recover Leeler and Leeler's craft from the surface of Minmus. Okay, let's accept that one. Another potential Alpin Kerman, since I need to rename a Kerbal to Alpin. Yeah, 19 days. 18. 17. And actually, we do have something that is on a suborbital trajectory. We can make that go boom. Let's do that while we're waiting for the our time to launch, while they're refurbishing the launch pad. So let's see. We've got... I think it's a big fuel tank. Yeah, on suborbital trajectory. Yeah, this is one. Oh, no, this is the one that we... yeah, we can definitely... Let's do it. This is the one that we just detached from the station, so this one needs to go boom. And hopefully we get a better burn, a boom out of it. Okay, let's time warp until it's in the atmosphere. And this one's going to come down at night, it looks like. And this one's going to have a lot of drag too, so it probably won't burn up in the atmosphere, but will hit the surface. Yeah, it's going butt first again because that engine is by far the heaviest piece of this ship, at least while the fuel tank is empty. So center of mass is very much right about here, and center of pressure is going to be right here. So it's going to be aerodynamically stable butt first. And yeah, it's it's pretty dark for you guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to highlight the part so you can see it. Just hover my mouse over it, and that looks better for the stream. Let's change to surface mode. Yeah, we're going more than 2 kilometers per second relative to the surface of Kerbal. It looks like a Duracell battery. Well, I mean, it's a cylinder, the way a Duracell battery is. It's a very big battery. Let's see, the actual batteries in this thing. Let's change our camera to locked so that it doesn't do that on us. We got batteries in here, I think. Yeah, we might not have put extra batteries on just the solar panels. It doesn't actually need a lot of batteries, so... All right, back to auto so we don't get so seasick here. All right, periapsis is now below the surface, so no matter what, we are hitting the surface. Let's see, we've got a camera on this thing too, a couple cameras. There we go. Here's the rear-facing camera. There's the engine down there. And our atmospheric drag right now is half of a meter per second that we're losing every second. Atmospheric density is about 40% of 1 atmosphere. There's the sun. We're staring right at the sun, and there we're starting to get reentry effects. All right, believe it or not, Shipwreck, I am rooting for more boom for your sake. We're going pretty fast, so who knows, maybe we will. Drag is pretty intense, but not as intense as for the other guy, for our forklift. Yep, no burnout. We're probably going to have a safe splashdown. That's what I'm betting. We're going to have a safe splashdown. Yeah, and I'm leaving this on faster. Like, sometimes when you go camping, you're intense. Shipwreck, you are fired. Alright, slow it down. 150 meters per second. Boom! Okay, we got a big splash boom. But yeah, the whole thing is gone. Alright, back to the tracking station. That was for you, Shipwreck. Actually, we didn't need the tracking station. We can just go to the Space Center. There we go. Alright, we have a couple more days to time warp through. There we go. And I don't think more contracts will be available. Yep, we're good to go there. We need to complete some contracts so we can free up some spots. Let's go back to the VAB and let's launch another fuel tank. And there it is. Same one we launched before. Let's go for it. Roll it out to the pad. Uh-oh. We might... Okay, no, I think it's just waiting for it to respond. We should be fine. There's a tiny chance we have a crash, but I don't think so. I'm going to wait it out. There we go. Yeah, we're fine. It was Windows being premature and assuming that we were going to crash. And we watched from the onboard camera last time. Let's watch from the surface this time. So set target. Let's set the fuel tank itself and set position. Watch it from over here. Auto zoom. Yep. Okay. There we go. All right, we've got our stability system on. Throttle is up. Staging looks good. It's the same as we had before. Let's turn on our flight recorder. Altitude, acceleration, and dynamic pressure. Okay, we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Everything is looking normal. You're wondering why I say normal. There's a guy who does a lot of the, not a lot lately, but for a while was doing all of the live streams for SpaceX, John Insprucker. And whenever he would say nominal, it would sound like normal, so it's become kind of a meme, and I like it. I miss that guy. He was a good commentator. Vehicle is supersonic. We have maximum aerodynamic pressure. We've lost the sound. I don't like that it's so abrupt, but that's fine. At least I don't reflexively think that means the stage is over. Solid booster burnout and clean separation. Let's correct our inclination just a little bit here. And let's maintain a pitch of 30 degrees as well. Fighting aerodynamics just a little bit here. Speaking of tense, shipwreck, a friend of mine on YouTube, Fry Guy 101, who does a lot of really short, silly Kerbal creations, made a campsite with a tent and a fire pit in Kerbal Space Program, and it's pretty funny. All right, we have main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start. Let's get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. And let's go ahead and separate the nose cone. There it goes. Oh, that's cool from down here. I like that. Very nice. All right, let's do that, and let's look at where we are relative to the station. It is way over there. Okay. So we're going to aim for a 150-kilometer apoapsis, as usual. Go ahead and just point prograde at this point. can set Arcadia Station as our target now. I want to reduce our inclination as well. That's not reducing it. That's reducing it. Our ascending node is up there, though, so we're not going to worry about our inclination yet. It looks like we did a really nice ascent. Coming up on second engine cutoff at an apoapsis of 150 kilometers. There it is. And in 6 minutes we will be at apoapsis, so let's go ahead and time warp a bit. Burn, baby, burn, says Shipwreck. Yep. All right, and about 10 seconds from apoapsis, we're going to start the engine again. Right there. And yeah, we're still pushing our apoapsis up, so I'm going to actually get closer to it. We have plenty of leverage here. There we go. And we'll circularize our orbit, and then we are going to set up our intercept. There we go. We've got a nice circular orbit. Let's see, our periapsis. There's the ascending node there. I'm not particularly concerned about it. It's less than 1 degree inclination. We'll be able to fix that pretty easily. Not apoapsis. That's not what I want. Okay, there is intersect 1. Get closer. There we go. And intersect 2. Target position at intersect 2, actually. There is intersect 2. Alright, let's get right here, actually. That's only 1 minute away, so we'll just time warp a little bit. And burn prograde. And let's bring these things in alignment. Really looking forward to being able to drill for fuel on Minmus. And these refuel missions will be a lot more effective, a lot less expensive. All right, 3.1 kilometers. That's really good. So that's in 56 minutes. So let's warp to here. Give us about 5 minutes of lead time. Woo, all the way around, full speed. And target mode, and let's point retrograde to our target. We have 112 meters per second delta V remaining in this stage, so let's go ahead and unlock this fuel tank a bit. There we go. We're just going to need to dip a tiny bit into this tank. We could do that a little bit more efficiently if we were willing to be patient, but we've done this enough times. We can be fast. This stage of the game, half of the game is docking procedures. All right, let's warp until we're closer. 60 kilometers away. 50. 40. 30. 20 kilometers away. Let's take stock of the situation here. See if we can tighten up the approach from here. It looks like we can. Excellent. Our separation at approach is dropping. 2.5 kilometers now. 2 kilometers. 1.5. Okay, 380 meters. That is really good. Yep, here's your next Duracell battery, Shipwreck. It's 2 double A's, end on end. 3 kilometers away, and lag spike as it loads the station into the physics engine. Alright, let's slow down. There we go. That's just got a tiny bit of fuel in it. We've only burned a little bit of that, so let's leave that fuel in here for deorbit. And we need to get in here and undock this. There we go. And let's pick this up with the space forklift. My favorite ship. There we go. Back it off. And where is our fuel tank? Shipwreck says, I thought I was your favorite ship. You're my favorite shipwreck. / troll / murderer. Alright, there we go. That's our target. Make sure we're controlling from here and activate the camera. Let's point right towards it, and Shipwreck redeeming the Boozinate. I can always depend on you, Shipwreck. Alright, let's point towards this thing and turn on the booze cam. Oh, and hit the microphone again. And this Boozinate is for you, Shipwreck. Always having my best interests in mind. Boop. And that looks like the actually the stage. So let's change it to this is our target. That's what we want. Yeah, this has the probe core, so that got named, that inherited the ship name. Keep an eye on our fuel. Not worried about it, but just in case. I've wrecked enough ships in this game. Alright, final approach to the fuel tank. And we've got it. Now we want to control it from here and set Arcadia Station as our target. Activate the camera. And now it's going to be a lot more sluggish since we've got a big payload. So we're going to use our main engines a little bit to get back to the station. We're burning through that monopropellant. Alright, after we do this, the next thing we're going to do is our Eve correction burn, and also the promised visit to Valentina Kerman, who is about ready to make her maneuver that will bring her home. Let's go ahead and go onto the other side of the station here. Yeah, if I could tell this to hold orientation towards the target, we could keep the camera pointed exactly here, which is very handy. All right, there is the docking port we want. Did we... In camera? No, we don't want that. We want that as our target. Let's point retrograde. And we're gonna start coming in alignment here and use our main engines to come to a relative stop. Alright, back to this camera view. Especially since it's night, we can see a whole lot better with this camera. There we go, set as target. That's the docking port we are aiming for, right there. Looks like the station's coming at us. That's fun. Alright. Lining up. It's good to see our new ship here at home, ready for use. Instead of stuck in a parking orbit somewhere. What a derp. Still blaming Keffrey Bezos for that. / Twiglet. Alright, easy. And let's slow it down. Our rotation doesn't particularly matter here. Oh. Come on. Alright, why aren't you acquiring? There we go. That was resisting us for a little bit there. Alright, we have fresh fuel. Alright, so let's do... That's the tank. Okay, so transfer out for liquid fuel and oxidizer. And watch this tank fill up. Beautiful. And that'll refuel the space forklift as well. He tried to kill me with a forklift. I wonder if I can find that as a sound alert. I might have to make it. Okay, and that almost fully tops it off. I'm going to do this a couple more times between streams. It is necessary. At least the refuel missions are a lot cheaper now that we have better engines. So, let's change gears. This was all very successful. Let's go back to the tracking station. And our next alarm, our next event coming up, is the correction burn, I believe, for Eve. Let's take a look. Yeah, Eve intercept burn. So let's do that, and let's switch to that craft. That's in 15 days. Yeah, whenever I'm loading a new scene, OBS is like, hey, what are you doing? I don't have access to the CPU anymore. I'm going to drop some frames for you. As if there's anything to show in those frames. And now we're just fine. So yeah, this is our mission to Eve. So we've got a lander with parachutes and a heat shield, and we've got an orbiter. We've got, in this stage, 0.5 kilometer per second of delta V left. We're definitely going to be dipping into these stages for the rest of this burn, because it's actually a pretty big burn. So what we need to do, if we zoom out in the map view, that's the maneuver right there. It's at the ascending node because we need to change our inclination just a little bit, and we need to burn retrograde quite a bit, and this will get us an intercept. So let's go ahead and warp to that maneuver node. And then we'll delete this alarm. We need to set up more transfer window alarms as well. None of them are coming right up though, so we're fine. It's not urgent. I checked before stream just in case. Alright, coming out of time warp. Delete and close. Okay, so we are 1 hour away from our burn, and it's a 2-minute burn at full thrust with this engine. So we're actually going to start it a little bit early because we're going to have to get a little bit creative afterwards. So the idea, we're hopefully going to get this thing into a tundra orbit around Eve, and as a bonus, we are going to hopefully land this thing. But if we don't have the ability to land this, that's okay. The primary mission is just getting this thing into orbit. So, let's see. Let's point towards the maneuver. Yep, we've got good signal home. And full probe control. All right, here we are pointed at the maneuver marker. Come on. We don't have any RCS, so... Yeah, we don't even have any monopropellant, which is good, because since we can't burn it, that would just be dead weight. So I'm glad we didn't leave any on here. Alright, now let's time warp till it's time to burn our engines. 50 minutes. $40. Yeah, I think I want to change it to 15 days instead of 10 days between launches, so that because the scope of our missions is continuing to increase, so moving the clock forward is going to be very important for not getting bogged down. We are sending things to different planets, and we've seen so much of Kerbal and its moons. I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to look at different planets. Alright, 3 minutes away from the burn. Let's see. Yeah, let's start 2 minutes away from the burn. And we'll do full thrust until we deplete this stage. And this will be good. We're far enough away that precision is not a huge deal until the very end of the burn. So here we go, and full throttle. For you, Shipwreck, full throttle. And that depletes that stage. So throttling down, let's make sure that this is the right stage. Yep, getting rid of that stage. And a minute and 34 remaining with this engine, and this is going to fully spend this engine. Holy cow. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to have our lander. We might have to do, yeah. The lander is going to be ditched. Ooh, that could be a problem, because this is necessary for the completion of our contract. So this might not actually fulfill the contract that we're trying to do. We're going to have to send another follow-up mission. I think we have time, though, so that's good. Let's close that. We don't need that. Yeah, this is going to be an issue, but at least we can send something to orbit of Eve, so that's good. All right, well, let's start this engine and throttle it up. I don't suppose I can transfer fuel. Let's see. Enable crossfeed. Yeah, let's do that. Enable crossfeed. Is that doing anything? It is not. Might have to manually transfer the fuel over. We're going to try that as soon as this is empty. See if that works. Fingers crossed. That might save the mission. The primary mission, that is. We're going to get science out of this no matter what. Alright, throttle down, and let's open up the fuel balancer. And this one here, FLT200. That's the empty one, yeah. So let's see, in. And that works. Oh, beautiful. Okay. That might save the mission. Okay, almost done with the burn. We're going to want some serious precision at the end, so we're going to do the last little bit on very low throttle. And we've got a lot of orbits here. What can we... The probe... There's not a lot that'll clean this up. Because all of this is probes. Dang it. Do we have an intercept? Okay, so let's keep this orientation. Let's, actually, let's focus Eve. Eve periapsis, and yeah, we want to drop that periapsis. There we go. Okay, we've got this maneuver. Okay, so let's continue transferring fuel into this tank and using this engine. It's got a pretty good specific impulse, so it's an efficient engine, so we're fine doing that. And okay, it is continuing to. All right, well, we might need to aero brake to make this work. In fact, let's do that. We're changing the primary mission to be the lander because I don't think we're going to be able to do both. So, let's drop this periapsis further. Yeah, we're not going to be getting this orbit. There's no way. We just do not have the delta V for it. So instead, let's aero brake. Oh, that's actually increasing our... Don't like that. Let's... Oh, we want actually to change our focus to here. And let's make a new maneuver. Right here. Focus Eve again. Where is our maneuver node? There it is. And can we drop that periapsis? Not with that. Not like that either. Let's use this tool here. Scale, let's drop the scale down. To 2 meters per second, okay. Alright, that's dropping it. Nope, that's raising it. Wow. That's raising it as well. That's raising it. Okay, so basically we don't want to do this maneuver. We want to do a different maneuver later. Closer to this. Let's do it. Let's do it here. No. Here's our current orbit. Add a maneuver. And this maneuver, if we go probably radial in. Nope, radial in didn't do it. Or radial out. Alright, how much time will we have? Okay, periapsis is 136 days and 2 hours. Okay, so we'll have a few days. So if we burn right when we enter Eve's sphere of influence, I think that will be the best time. So let's add an alarm for this ship. And we want it to be sphere of influence change. Eve SOI change. And let's do it with 1 hour of notice. And add the alarm. There it is. So, yeah, the next thing we have in 1 hour and 20 minutes is Valentina's maneuver. So let's go ahead and switch to her and say hello to an old friend who completely failed. She and Bob completely failed to save Jebediah Kerman. And they've been out here for almost 3 years. Yep, they need to do a 639 meter per second burn. Look at this old technology. Old tech. We had just gotten the Poodle engine when we did this. So we've actually got a pretty nice, efficient engine on the back of this thing, but old fuel tanks, old crew cabin, old capsules. Oh, very cool. But this maneuver will get an encounter with Kerbal. How good is that encounter? Let's check. A pretty high periapsis. And we're gonna have some Delta V left over, so that's good. Alright, what if we mess with this? Let's click on the maneuver node. Go here. And let's just test. Okay, at 10 meter per second scale. Alright, so 76.8 million meters. That drops it. 77.5. But not by a lot. Okay, so let's leave it there. What about this? 76.8, 74.4, 72. Okay. This is what we want. And what about this? 45. That also drops it. Yeah, the earlier we make this maneuver, the more efficiently we can do it. .3, 17.4, 12. Okay, here we go. That's really good. Okay, that if we do this perfectly, then we have a Kerbal periapsis of 324 really kilometers. So that is a good one. Let's do that maneuver. That's a good adjustment, and that means that when we get here, we can actually work on a capture, an efficient capture. Maybe even use some aero braking to help out. And this will bring home a lot of good science. When is that going to happen? In 249 days. So she's still got half of a year left in this, she and Bob, to share this tiny, tiny crew capsule. So yeah, they don't even have the ability to hold retrograde or prograde in this thing. Yeah, she's still a, she has not leveled up yet. Honestly, she should have. She's flown by Duna. She should be leveled up, so I don't know what that's all about. Probably Kerbal being Kerbal, as usual. All right, let's point towards the maneuver marker, and we have 1 hour and 20 minutes for a 26-second burn. So let's time warp a little bit. 50 minutes. Well, this is exciting. We've been waiting for this for a long time, or rather, Valentina has, and there's no doubt they are out of snacks at this point. They are sharing that tiny capsule. They seem happy, though, but they're no doubt out of snacks. So maybe they're just putting on a brave face. 10 minutes. 5. All right, 1.5 minutes. And we definitely want... Oh, here's the Valentina maneuver. Okay, delete and close. We definitely want to do this as precisely as possible so we have the least need for a correction burn later. We will need one, but we want as little as possible. Focus on the ship. There we go. Look how much stuff we've tossed into orbit. What a mess. Let's go ahead and start the burn at T-minus 25 seconds, and we'll do it at about half thrust. So we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. Okay, yeah, they're excited now. They're excited because they are actually going to come home. So they assume. So we assume and hope. All right, we are passing a maneuver node now. Good. All right, let's throttle down. We want precision here. This is not one we want to mess up. No pressure, Dan. No pressure. All right, 50 meters per second remaining in this burn. There we go. That is as close as we're going to get with this. So let's look again. Let's focus on Kerbal and let's see what we've got. Whoop, there we go. 250 kilometer periapsis. That's actually better than what we expected. So this is really, really good. And how much would it take for a capture orbit? Let's just add a maneuver here, and this is just as an experiment. Not a lot, and we have 430 meters per second left. Okay, so this is a success. This is a total success for this maneuver. Let's add another maneuver. Another alarm rather. Create alarm, and we want sphere of influence change. Val. And we can't see behind this thing. Active target selection. Let's do. EVAs. We've only got a couple there. Yeah, but that's still too much. Bases. We've only got the one. Okay, there we go. Now we can see. Val and Bob. Kerbal return. Let's do it with our usual 1 hour of notice. Add alarm. And yeah, that's coming up in 244 in-game days. That's not too bad. Okay, but our next alarm we have here is our the COVID-2 telescope periapsis and shipwreck with the booze Nate. I was waiting for it. It's about time, and this is perfect timing because it's worth drinking to these guys' upcoming return. So here we go. This one is on shipwreck, and it's for Val and Bob. For a safe return. Don't drink and rock it, kids. That's true, don't. In fact, if you're a kid, don't drink. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, we have some time left, though. Let's go back to the tracking station. Let's set up the alarms for our next transfer windows. For our next set of missions to other planets. And then let's do some rescues with our rescue craft. All right, we do these from Arcadia Station. This load right up. Yeah, our loading times are getting longer. We need to clean up Orbit. The bigger the save file gets, the longer the loading times. All right, so what we need to do now is pull up MechJeb's Maneuver Planner. And we want to choose as our targets. We already have one for Dres transfer window, but that's the only one we've got. So let's choose, okay, so advanced transfer to another planet. Celestial bodies, let's start with the innermost planet, Moho. And yeah, we are on lowest delta V, and let's create the maneuver node. All right, and so in 191 days, we will have the optimal transfer to Moho. So let's add an alarm. And we're going to do a maneuver alarm because that will automatically put it right where this goes. And we're going to call it Moho transfer window. And we don't need, let's do a 1 day lead time. Add alarm and delete that maneuver node. Now let's change to Eve and create node. It's thinking. There it is. That is in 1.5 years. So let's create an alarm, and it is a maneuver type alarm. Yep. Eve transfer window. So we should have plenty of new technology by the time we do our next round of launches, which is excellent. Add the alarm and delete the maneuver. And now we want Duna. Create the node. That is in 1 3/4 years. So let's add the alarm, maneuver, Duna, transfer window with 1 day of notice. Add the alarm and delete the node. Target selection and Joule. Create node. P.O.R.K says, looks like something I'd have built with random Legos as a kid. The station? Yeah, same. I remember with my brothers, we'd make Lego spaceships, and we would battle them by crashing them into each other and see whose was the strongest. And that is in 280 days. That's pretty good. Create alarm, maneuver, and this is for Joule. Joule transfer window. 1 day of notice. Add the alarm. Delete the maneuver node. I make the maneuvers manually. This is only so that we know when to do our launches. P.O.R.K says, no, for a funner time, randomly place Lego pieces on the carpet for your mom to find. Oh no. That was my butt-spanking defenses. She can't get to you if she has to walk over a floor full of Legos, right? Oh, why does this not surprise me? Dres, we already have a transfer window set up. So Elu, the farthest planet out. Create node. We don't want to do create and execute because then it will, with this ship, try to automatically do the maneuver with autopilot, and that would be very bad. So here we go. That is in just over half of a year. Create the alarm, maneuver, Elu, transfer window, making us a bingo server. Ooh. Yeah, I've never played bingo. I really want to play bingo. All right, there we go. So let's delete that maneuver and close this window, and let's take a look at what this looks like. So our next event is still the periapsis of the COVID-2 telescope. So we'll want to make an engine burn there and get the orbit that the contract is asking for. Come on. Then we've got our arrival at Eve with the mission that we just looked at. A correction burn for our mission to Duna, and then a launch for Moho, a launch for Dres. The return of Val and Bob. That'll be a few streams from now. Our Elu launch, Joule launch, a correction for our current Dres mission, and then another Dres correction burn for a different Dres mission. We have 2 missions out for Dres right now. Eve launch, Duna launch. Our current Joule missions encounter with Joule will be in 2.5 years. As well as shortly after that, our Dres encounter. And this is for a different mission. Is that our Eve mission? I think so. Probably open it to the community after. Very cool. I've got a couple of friends that might be interested, actually. All right. Let's close that. There we go. Come on, I said close. There we go. Jeez. All right. Very, very cool. And shipwreck with the first, but not really. All right. Let's see. We've got some rescues, though. Who have we got in orbit? Oh, we need to delete that maneuver. There we go. Let's turn off probes, and let's turn on ships. So yeah, we've got a few ships out here. Kerbal Spacey, we've already rescued. Suprema Oddity, we've already rescued. Jordan, we need to rescue Jordan. Let's rescue Jordan. So we got, and there's Danber, Derp, and Oscar. Okay, those are the oldest redeemed rescues. Let's do those. And Jordan is really close. So let's undock the rescue ship. And yep, we've got plenty of fuel. Undock. There we go. That was a vigorous undocking for some reason. Type selection and ships. And let's do Jordan's pod. All right, we have an inclination of 1.5 degrees to Jordan's pod. We should probably at some point fix the inclination of our station because it is slowly going out of plane. We are 1.45 degrees off of the equator at this point, but it's not particularly urgent. There's Jordan's pod there, so if we do a maneuver here, we go, he's at 77.5 kilometers. So we need our periapsis to match that. Right about there. We do our maneuver here. 39.3 kilometers at that intersect. And here's another intersect. To 10. And man, everything is just right on there. 7. Okay, that is pretty good. You ever hear Michelob Ultra, Dan? I have, but I prefer beer. We got a super light beer. Not your thing, 4%. Yeah, this one is 9.6. So, in fact, okay, so here's my fun way to to calculate just how much alcohol I am drinking. So I don't think there's a legal definition in the United States, but there is generally a convention that one quote-unquote drink is either 12 ounces of beer at 5% ABV. I hate that it's ounces, but it is ounces. But it does, in this case, make the math pretty easy. So 12 ounces of beer at 5%, 5 ounces of wine at 12%, or 1.5 ounces of a hard liquor at 40%. So if you multiply those, 12 ounces times 5%, that's 60. 5 ounces times 12%, that's also 60. 1.5 ounces times 40%, that's also 60. So all three of those are equal. So this here, if I do some math on my phone, let's find out how many drinks this counts as. So we have 16 ounces here. 16 times 9.6. That is 153. So if I divide that by 60, math on stream, right? 2.56. So this counts as 2.5 drinks. Whereas a 4% Michelob Ultra, a typical 12-ounce can, 12 times 4 is 48. Divided by 60 is 0.8 drinks. So, yes, plus tasting a whole lot better. That's my personal opinion, anyway. But yeah, this is a good one. I've tried a lot of new IPAs recently, and I think this is my favorite new one that I have found. Is this this Hop Rocket, and it's very appropriate for these streams. So, All right, so we're coming up on a maneuver node in 9 minutes. And it is a 6-second burn to change our velocity by only 60 meters per second. So let's go here, right here. And here comes Jordan's pod catching up with us. It's on a lower orbit, so it's going faster. Can you make a rocket with like 20 engines? I can. Tell you what, after this rescue, let's make just a for fun, super derpy rocket. We're gonna do small engines because 20 big engines is gonna be so expensive. Do it. This one has 10 engines, Shipwreck, so pretty close. The forklift has 8 engines. So yeah, we've got 6 landing engines and 4 main flight engines. So kind of. There's nothing like creative mode. There is sandbox mode, and I use sandbox mode for design sometimes. Maybe we can go there. In fact, if we're doing it in sandbox mode, we can totally we can get extra cheaty and clip the engines into each other. I can do that here, but I don't like doing it because it's not realistic at all. But we can do something like that. How about it? Why not? For you, Shipwreck. All right, let's rotate this thing. Woot, says Shipwreck. All right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do these 3 rescues. They're all in about the same orbit, so it's easy to do them all together. And then we're going to do that. And let's make sure that we are controlling from here. And yes, we are. Good. All right, let's go ahead and start this gently. There we go. Had to hit the cough button for just a moment. A little bit more throttle. These are some lower power, very efficient engines. So thrust from an engine has to do mostly with how quickly you can push fuel through it. Like how many liters of fuel per second. Or they really, they measure fuel in pounds, really, in the US at least. So how many pounds or kilograms of fuel you can put through the engine per second is how much thrust. Because you're pushing the reaction mass through as much as possible. But efficiency is the velocity of the fuel after it leaves the engine. The faster it is moving after it leaves the engine, the more efficient your engine is. And it's really hard to get high thrust and high efficiency. So this is a pretty good balance of both with the current technology. All right, and we have an approach of 8 kilometers. That is not bad at all. Let's get close to it. That is in 19 minutes. So if we go here, that gives us about 4 minutes of lead time. Then we can do a correction burn and pull up right next to Jordan's pod. I don't think Kit is here today, unfortunately, but Shipwreck is the one who redeemed this, so... Alright, relative to target, we're going to point retrograde. And we have enough, let's close that. We have enough reaction wheel that we don't need our maneuvering thrusters for this. And yeah, we have nearly 4 kilometers per second delta V left, even not fully fueled. This thing is a real good ship, as long as you don't totally derp up the shakedown cruise. Whoops. Alright, there's Jordan's pod. Here we are coming up behind it. Yeah, let's get closer. Let's look at target. We're 20 kilometers away. So let's get a little bit closer and then do a correction. So if we point this way, we should be able to push the retrograde marker towards the target. And I think that will be what we need. Yep, that is reducing the separation at closest approach. 7 kilometers. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Just a gentle nudge. See how close we can get. 500 meters. 400. And yeah, now it's slowing down, so that's about as good as we're going to get from this maneuver. So let's point retrograde again, relative to the target. Speed up the game. We are 10 kilometers away. Alright, and time warp until we get there. We are very close to sending our first deliberate manned missions to other planets. That will be fun. Alright, now let's slow down. Tighten up the approach even more. 230 meters, that's pretty good. Not kilometers. That would be terrible, actually. Alright, Jordan, here we come. You are about to be rescued. I'm sure you are eager for some snacks. Sorry that Kit's not aboard. He is on the surface of the moon. With Shipwreck. I need to send P.O.R.K there. I promised I would send P.O.R.K. Alright, we're going to get within 68 meters. Point the hatch at him so that it's easy to get home. Alright, we're coming up on our closest approach, so we're going to kill our relative velocity and bring Jordan home. Perfect. There we go. Alright, so let's switch over to here. And rename vessel. Let's reclassify this as debris. Jordan, look at are those handlebar mustache? That's amazing. All right, Jordan. All right, let's go on EVA. Oh, he's got a fancy suit too. I found out recently that you can actually customize some of these a little bit. So, there we go. All right, let's get a screenshot. That is amazing. Okay. And let's see, planes, let's choose P.O.R.K 4 as the target. Ah, there it is. Shipwreck with the booze-nate. Oh boy, here we go. Delicious. Diluted rocket fuel. Thank you, Shipwreck. Alright, let's do this. I wish the EVA controls were the same as the CS controls for ships, but chug chug Dan. Chug chug chug, I gotta get 2 in. Oh yeah, there's just enough for 2 more. That's perfect. Alright, we're going to pull up over here and get another screenshot. I like to get selfies of the guys I rescue. Alright, pull up right over here. The lighting is good. Awesome. Let's see, is that a goatee or is that handlebars? That's totally handlebars, and I'm jealous. This is the best facial hair we've seen on a Kerbal so far. How do you host on PC? I think there's a way with better TTV, but I don't actually know it. I'm actually trying, instead of MooBot, I disabled that. I'm going to see if, Stream Elements apparently can do it with one. We're going to find out. But, I think you have to go to your own chat and do /host. Even if I'm watching on PC, I usually just pull it up on my phone real quick and host from there because it's so much easier. But yeah, that's what I do. Oh, let's turn this back on. Yeah, because I'm bored. And bored. Jordan, welcome. Our newest engineer on the crew. Okay, so we need to do a new target. What have we got? We've got Oscar and Danbear Derp are pretty much in the same spot. So let's do Oscar first, set as target. And there's target position. So basically we need to let this catch up with us. We are on plane, so that's perfect. Let's we're in orbit mode. Let's point prograde. So let me know if you have hosted Shipwreck, because I want to test the Stream Elements bot, see if it's doing as good a job as MooBot. MooBot was doing great, but if I can have fewer bots, that would be ideal. But if Stream Elements isn't doing it, then I'm going to keep MooBot for sure. I did host. Okay, and it didn't work. All right, thanks, Stream Elements. I'm going to turn MooBot back on. All right, thanks for helping me test that. Stream Elements did indeed fail. What a butt. All right, let's tag that, or pin that. Let's bring these around. It's going to be intersect too, I think. Usually is, but not always. Alright, these are coming around, so they will be aligned, and then we've got our intersect. Let's reduce thrust. .8 kilometers. Let's turn on our maneuvering thrusters and fine-tune this with these. Okay, that's really close. Shipwreck says it's Setson's fault that it failed. Fire Setson. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Now it's really official. Both the moderator and the broadcaster said it. Alright, and we'll get there in 39 minutes. So let's warp to here. You guys are evil as Setson. We brought him out of his lurk. Oh, hey, Setson. I mean, actually, I was watching your streams. You say Sezin, because I asked you, and you said either is fine, but I like to try to say things as accurately as possible, but yeah, Sezin. Let's turn off the RCS. We don't need to be using up that monopropellant. So, yeah, mission accomplished. Yeah, we're going to pull up like 67 meters from it. Says in, not sets in. See, that's why I ask, but, you know, he's like, yeah, I don't care. It's either way. It's fine. I'm going to shout him out. Actually, do you mind shouting him out, Shipwreck? Because Setson is fun. Sezin. I'm going to have to change my habits. I've been saying Setson for over a year now. Ugh. Blame Shipwreck. Thank you, Shipwreck. And pizza. I knew that was coming. All right, back here and look at the target. We are 100 kilometers away and closing fast. And I think Elric is still here. I think he's lurking, but this is named for Elric's cat. This is another one of Elric's renames. In fact, I need to... yep, let's complete Jordan. Technically not fully complete, but when we pick them up from their pod, that's when I've been doing it. Thanks, you all, says Sezin. I said it right. I had to stop myself at the last second. I almost said Setsin, but it's Sezin. There we go. Alright, 40 kilometers away. And we're going to get close and then just slow right down. And Sezin shouting out Shipwreck. Thank you, Sezin. From that angle, it looks like a car. It kind of does. It's even got wheels. Alright, 10 kilometers away. It's a Tesla in space. There is a Tesla in space, in fact. Alright, we're 2 kilometers away. We're going to want to start slowing down right about now. Okay, we're going to blast past it. I misunderestimated it. That's okay. We're fine. Bye, Oscar! Should have started way earlier. And slowing down to a stop. 2 kilometers away. It's okay. Alright, let's switch to it. Here is Oscar's pod. Oscar Kerman is a scientist and he's got handlebars too. It's the day of the handlebars. Brilliant. Alright, rename vessel. Let's classify it as debris. And our scientist Oscar goes on EVA. And the P.O.R.K spaceship is the target. Let go. Let's turn on the helmet cam. And let's face the target. Where is the target? Right there. Activate camera. Let's do this in first-person mode. Is this working? No, it's not. Why is that not working? Okay, we need to point retrograde to the target. Right there. That is not working as it should. Why is that not working as it should? And now it says 0.0. Okay, yeah, it was bugging out on us. Why are you... Dude, face that way. The controls were not acting consistently. Okay, that's much better. Let's take a look at our fuel. We've got enough fuel. It's fine. But that was very annoying. There we go. Now Oscar is on his way home. Sorry, Elric. I almost lost your cat. Alright, we'll come within 150 meters. That's excellent. $37 meters, that's even better. Alright, now let's do helmet cam. And there's Danbear Derp's derelict. That's me. It's a me. There we go. $63 meters. Okay. I thought it was a cartoon, says Sezen. Guys, it's not a car. It's totally a spaceship. Gosh. Why do you guys like this? It's a space car. It's the P.O.R.K, the Personnel Orbital Rescue Kraft. All right, here we come in range of the hatch. So we're gonna want our selfie though. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. I have to share all these selfies on Twitter now. There we go, and board. And that is... where is Oscar? There it is, Oscar. All right, and so now Danbear Derp's derelict. Set as target. So this one's going to be tricky because it's ahead of us, actually. So we actually want to go retrograde so that we can catch up to it. And retrograde to orbit. There we go. There are the intersects right there. Says, we'll do some lurking, man. Not feeling so good today still. Have a nice space adventure. I hope you start feeling better soon, Sezen. Yeah, and thank you for the lurk. Back to the lurking. We got you out of the lurk for just a minute. Hilarious. But yeah, sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I saw something about that earlier on Twitter. And yeah, feel better, Sezen. Alright, we don't want our periapsis to dip below 70 kilometers. That would bring us into the atmosphere. So... yeah, that's... getting close. I'm watching this and watching that. Get as close as we dare. There we go. We're just about to scrape atmosphere there. And so yeah, we'll burn to periapsis, or we'll warp to periapsis. And then we'll burn retrograde it a little bit more, and that should bring us right up next to this pod. Watch our fuel. Yes. And if we continue on this course, we'll end up in the atmosphere, which we don't want. So once we match orbit, though, we will not be in the atmosphere. That is not doing it. So let's see what will help. All right, we're coming up close. So let's brute force this. We have 3.3 kilometers per second of delta V to work with. So if we look this way, this should help. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, actually. What happens if we wait a couple more orbits? We get farther away, that's what. Yeah, this is the danger of trying to do it from beneath. It doesn't really work very well. So we're going to change this. We are at the same altitude as the pod, and so we're going to point prograde to orbit, and we're going to do this a less efficient way, but a safer way. And a more sure way. Actually, no, that's working surprisingly way better than I thought it would. So, 5 to 4. Okay, no, this does it. I was working under some faulty premises here. I like this. Okay, that will bring us within 100 meters, and we do not scrape atmosphere doing this. Okay, perfect. All right, we catch up in 26 minutes. So let's go here. And shipwreck with the boozinate. There it is. I was waiting for it. And target, let's turn off our RCS. We don't need that. Booze cam on. And here we go, the penultimate boozinate of the stream. Just a little bit left. Just one gulp. Woo. Yep, and our separation approach will be 85 meters. Let's point retrograde to the target, not prograde. But slow down, not speed up. And we're going a lot slower relative to it, so we're not going to blast by this time. There's Jordan with his glorious sideburns. I love it. I'm going to have to show Kit. All right, 2 kilometers away. Over Kerbin's deserts. And Setson, you're right. Sezin, you're right. There's always a rescue. Otherwise, I have to spend absurd amounts of money to hire my crew. And who wants to hire a crew? You have to pay them. Instead, I rescue them, and they pay me to work for me because I'm apparently less likely to lose the crew, although the 4 have died. We don't talk about it. I say they were murdered by a shipwreck. Alright, and coming to a relative stop. Basically matching orbit. Alright, perfect. And let's roll over so that the hatches are that way. And swap to this craft. We have 3... nope, we don't. Okay, so, this is a traditional hairstyle for my guys, I guess, is the mustache and the little beard there. And I don't think I can reclassify this. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do that later in the save file. But that's okay. Dan Derp Kerman, a pilot. We've got a pilot, a scientist, and an engineer today. And 2 of them have epic sideburns. All right, go on EVA. Dan Derp. Choose this. Oh, there goes the pod spinning. That's fine. Activate the jetpack and the helmet lights, and let's find the target there. Here we go. We can go faster than this. Full speed, right? Shipwreck, full speed. All right, and let's get our selfie. Full throttle, Captain. Yeah. We need Shipwreck V28. Alright, come on. There we go. Let's come to a stop. There we go. Beautiful. I love the hairstyles that the texture replacer mod gives us. Okay. And can we board? Come on. And grab. And board. And there we go. The only one we have left is Hannibal, and we'll do that later. I'm not sure I've even actually renamed a Hannibal yet. And I need to do one for Alpin as well, so that'll be for next stream. All right, so I will bring these guys back between streams. We're going to do something a little different for the last few minutes. Let's quit the main menu, and this is for you, Shipwreck. We're gonna make a new sandbox save. Shipwrecks. Oh, come on. I want to have this out of the way, but it does... Look at that. Every time I get out of there, that's okay. Whatever. Reckless sandbox. And sandbox mode. There we go. And let's choose a flag. Let's see. Well, that's a good one here. We're the Terran Empire. Some of these are flags that I've added to this. Let's do the Independence from Firefly. That's pretty good. All right, and start. We're gonna. You wanted like 20 engines. Well, I think you're thinking too small, Shipwreck. All right, loading up. Okay, I can hear the sounds of the Space Center. There we go. Yeah, I got it. Vehicle assembly building. It's going to tell me all about the vehicle assembly building too, but we know about the vehicle assembly building. It's where you assemble the vehicles. It's that building. There we go. Yep, got it. So let's put on... Yeah, we have all the parts available to us here because sandbox mode. So let's go with the big capsule here. There it is. Mark 3 command pod. And that means that our crew, Jebediah, Bill, and Bob, so the original 3 are here. And now we need a fuel tank. This mission is destined to fail. Well, they're destined to die. That's not exactly a failed mission because the mission is to just make this thing go as fast as possible. Let's put more fuel on, actually. There we go. And engines. Okay, let's go with the Vector, the KS-25 Vector engine. This is an analog for the Space Shuttle main engine. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these to start on the outside, and we're going to adjust them so that they're down here. But we can do up to 8 times radial symmetry. Rotate them. They're pointing straight down. And then shift them like this. More. Okay, you want more. There's batch number 2. 16 engines. More, though, is what we need. Here we go. There we go. 24 engines. What did you leave them facing out? They counter each other out, though. You want them all facing the same way if you want this to go fast, Shipwreck. All right. 32 engines, which means we have thrust of 32 meganewtons. Do 100. Okay. This is going to burn through all this fuel in 3.1 seconds, though, is the thing. And our thrust-to-weight ratio is already almost 20, which means on the surface of Kerbin, that means we'll be doing 20 Gs. They're going to pass out. But you want more? Okay. Let's do this. So this has 30. So let's copy this part here. And let's see, times 3. So 32 times 4, that's 128. Can't you add more fuel? We're doing that right now, and engines at the same time. So we're gonna clip these in. So we have I don't even know if this is gonna work properly. All right. We have, how many engines? Yeah, we have 128 engines, so 128 meganewtons of thrust. Yeah, it's gonna burn for 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Elon's gonna offer you a job, sir. Okay, and you look at all the Z fighting. Look at all of that. Let's add even more fuel, though. No, if we add more fuel, then we won't have as much thrust-weight ratio. This is going to burn through this in 3 seconds, though. So yeah, let's add more fuel. And clip that in like that. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so we have 5.5 seconds of burn, and then we will be out of fuel because so many, 128 engines burning all that fuel very fast. And this is, how big is this? Holy cow, this is a 766-ton vessel. Let's add an aerodynamic nose cone just for fun. Boop. And we might want some help keeping this stable because I don't think we want this to go forward. But you'll be on the moon in 3 seconds. Oh, there are some speed runs to the moon. Maybe on a future stream we can do a speed run to the moon. I've never done one. That would be fun. But let's put some fins on this thing. There we go. All right, here we go. Come on, I have to keep the mouse over that. Shipwreck's Folly, version 27. All right, we're gonna save this, and we're gonna bring it out to the launch pad, and it's just gonna sit on its. No, let's put these on. These are fun. Launch clamps. There we go. And they're in the right stage yet. There's only one stage. All right. And no parachutes. Those are just extra weight. This isn't even going to get to orbit. It's going to be fighting all of the atmospheric drag the entire time. But here we go. And let's even do a quick save so we can launch this a few times. Look at it bounce because it's so heavy. Holy crap. All right, quick saving. And first, let's just do it from here. All right. Full throttle, stability assist on. Sorry, you guys, you are absolutely doomed. Let's even turn this off. No, let's do this so we can see the speed. Can't you just fire a couple till you get to orbit? We can. We can also do an infinite fuel hack. We'll probably do a launch with infinite fuel. We're gonna launch this a few times. This is pure silliness. Here we go. For you, Shipwreck. 3, 2, 1, and launch. My computer cannot handle this. We're at 4 frames per second, and everything is overheating. Okay, it's finished calculating all the explosions, so now we can actually go. And we're out of fuel. That's what I call full throttle. Yep. Oh, we're almost gonna get to space. There's so much drag. Look at our apoapsis dropping. All right, let's load the quick save. And let's activate a few cheats to see if we can get this to behave a little bit more like what we're hoping for. And we're gonna go until how far from orbit? Well, we were just a couple kilometers from space, but the thing about orbit is that we need to be in space going fast enough to not fall back down. We were a long way from orbit. We were very close to space, but a long way from orbit. So let's see, Alt F12 opens up the debug menu, so cheats. Let's see. Unbreakable joints, no crash damage, ignore maximum temperature, and infinite propellant. Yup. Camera tools, set target. Let's just target the pod and set position. Let's watch it from right here. All right. Here we go. Full throttle, stability assist on. And here we go. Oh, there's the booznate right there. The final booznate of the stream. We're going to drink to this launch. I'm going to drink and launch it at the same time for you, Shipwreck. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't stand under that. Nope. And liftoff. Look at it trying to stay stable. Oh, oh, oh. We're losing stability. It cannot stay stable. There's too much drag. Oh no! No, no, no! Here it comes! Back down! Oh, it's coming back around. Now it's slowing down. It's pointing retrograde. It cannot stay stable. Whoa! And straight down. Oh no! Oh wait, ignore crash damage. But there it goes. Why did it do better last time? Because half of the engines exploded. That's why. Let's see. Revert to launch. Let's do this again. Let's do it with only infinite fuel. There we go. And close. Alt F12. Which ones are okay? Infinite. All right. Unbreakable joints, crash damage, and ignore max temperature. All right. Those are all off. Make it work, says Shipwreck. All right, here we go. Full throttle. Stability assist is on. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. And yeah, it's calculating all of those explosions right now. Point prograde. And pitching over just a little bit. Let's see. Let's get this thing to orbit. Yeah. So the engines are inside each other's plumes, so they're overheating a lot. Here we go. Look at our apoapsis. We're not going to get to... Yeah, engines are very much exploding. I think we still have more than 100 engines, though. Our thrust... Okay, we're going to have higher thrust. I think we have 55 engines left. Oh, there go a couple more. We have 51 engines. No, 48 engines, 49 engines. And we are on an escape trajectory, too. This is the best. This is the best thing I ever saw. Let's turn off the boost cam. There we go. Oh, yeah. We are pulling 11 Gs? Yeah. 44 engines left. More than half of the engines exploded. Something tells me this is an expensive way to get to space. Yes. In fact, before we end the stream, let's go back to the VAB and let's see just how much this thing would cost us. But here's our orbit. It's point prograde. Whoa, yeah. Steering means we lose some engines. Look at them go. All right, we're down to 26 engines. $25. Kerbals are they're still alive. Wow, 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 wow. I might need to adjust the gimbal limit on these things too. We're lowering our periapsis around the sun and raising our apoapsis. This is a good way to crash into the sun. I think the pilot boozinated too much, says Shipwreck. I think you boozinated too much, Shipwreck. Yeah, we're down to 16 engines. And look, they're overcompensating, so we've got quite the wobble. All right, well, that was a good experiment. We'll do more experiments like that, because that is fun. Let's revert back to the vehicle assembly building, like the dance, and let's see how much this cost, and then let's see if there's someone online that we can raid. Yeah, 2.3 million pesos. Shipwreck, this ship costs more than what I currently have in my career save. Yup. So that's a thing. Hey, we have a new follow. Desk Pops, welcome. Here's your fanfare. Alright, I might have to save that as a highlight, Shipwreck. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Desk Pops. We're about to end here. Let's see, who is online? Danny2462 is online. We're totally rating him. He doesn't talk into the stream, but he does ridiculous stuff in Kerbal Space Program. I don't know what he's doing right now. I'm going to pull it up on my phone, but I have actually not seen him on in a long time, and he doesn't know me, so... partly because he hasn't been on in so long. He just says, what year is it? That's probably because he hasn't streamed in forever. So, yeah, we're going to raid Danny2462. And I'll be back tomorrow with some Minecraft. We'll be on the first SMP again. And on Wednesday, we will be continuing to play Descent 2. And yeah, I've got an ad going for another 20 seconds. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start the raid of Danny2462. And here is the raid message here. Oh, all caps, sorry. And if you are subscribed, you can copy the whole thing and get the emotes. If not, just copy the part between the emotes. And I will see you guys tomorrow for some Minecraft on the first SMP. All right, goodbye!